Hey everyone. Um okay. Uh hey everybody. Some of y'all might know me as Miss J with my graphics, websites, prints. Others might know me as Jessica. Close friends, family members. And of course, some of you might know me from the magazine, also Miss J. Talking to you all today about a very personal, serious topic. Some of you might know, I am a lesbian. I am proud of it. I've married. Been married about 2 years now. Been together with my wife for about 10 years. But what I'm here to talk to you all about is Miss J before the Miss J. Basically, trying to give you the background of who I am. It's something I've been trying to keep from doing for a while. Mainly because it's like digging into my past, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about stuff like that. Mainly because, for one, it's really nobody's business. For two, this shit was foul. Like, from jump. I guess we can go ahead and get started. I mean, there's another way for me to really... There's no timeline, so I'll just go ahead and just jump into it. Well, the whole reason that I'm doing this is not for me, but it's for the people after me. Because when I was growing up, I didn't have anybody really that I could have spoke to about me wanting to come out or me wanting to express myself and to be open about who I really was. And it just wasn't a lot of attention towards it, at least nothing good. So I never felt like I needed to come out, and I just kept to myself. Prayed a lot, and it just, I don't know, at the end of the day, this is who I am, and I'm happy. I'm proud of who I am. I've come a long way to finally express myself, to be the true person that I am today. And I just want other people to find their happiness, because it's not going to come from other people. It's not going to come from your family members. It's going to come from you, and you're going to have to work hard for it, unfortunately. But if you want to be happy and live your life, you have to work hard for it. And that's with everything, whether it's personal, relationships, work, business, whatever. Just gotta put in the work to get results. I guess we'll go ahead and get started with, I would say, was raised to start off with my family. I was raised in a very strict family, very strict household. My parents were both Seventh-day Adventists, both Haitians. They came from Haiti directly. I was born here in the U.S., born in Jersey, went to Rhode Island for a few years. Well, born in Jersey lived there for a few years, then moved to Rhode Island. Was there for like another 5, 6 years. By the time I was 9, 10 years old, we moved down here to Georgia. So, been here ever since. My parents no longer live here. They actually moved away a couple of years ago, but I had a nice growing up. I would say I had a happy childhood. I followed the rules, and I brought home good grades. I made friends at church. Went to church every Saturday, sometimes Friday nights. Just those types of things. And it was something that I loved. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with it. I loved God. I love God still, and it was just something that I just had to be in. So I guess my parents took that as note as well, and they started having me singing in the church. So I would sing some songs. Shoot, you would say they was probably my manager as much as they was having me singing in all these churches. And this was like starting off at 8, 9 years old up until when I moved out, 17, 18. So yeah, I've been singing for a while. And again, I loved it. I fell in love with it. Now we moved down here to Georgia. And now I had, I guess, my first girl crush when I was 6 years old. I didn't really know what it was at the time because I was so young, but I just knew that I liked girls. Like, it was just something about the girls. Like, I just had to talk to one, had to try to talk to one, had to try to be with one. Whatever it was, I just liked them. You know, they were nice, they were pretty, they were sweet, they was everything that you just would love, right? So, but because of my upbringing, I already, you know, kind of had the feeling, kind of could get like a little bit of a notion from my parents that what I was feeling wasn't going to be accepted. Because I'm looking around me and all I see is my aunts and my uncles, my mom and my dad, you know what I'm saying, my cousins who getting married, they're all straight. So there's nobody I can look at and be like, oh, damn, okay, my aunt is gay, so maybe I can go speak to her. It was nothing like that. Like, when I came out, I was the only person in my whole family that was literally gay. Like, the only person in my whole generation. If there are anybody, they haven't come out and definitely haven't reached out to me. But this is something that I've literally been fighting with my whole lineage. Okay, I'm the first one. I mean, I'm not trying to set boundaries. I'm not trying to fucking change shit, shift nothing, none of that. I'm just trying to just live my shit. You know what I'm saying? Live my life. And so, starting off at elementary school, I had a couple of best friends, blase. Kind of, you know what I'm saying, tapped into the whole thing where we speak on it with my friends as far as, you know, who likes who. That's when I find out the girl that I had a crush on and I was 6 years old ended up liking me like a month or two before I was getting ready to move out of the damn state. So I was happy about that, ecstatic, but still didn't know how to react to, because there was nothing like I could be like, oh, I'm gonna bring you to the house. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gonna be nothing where we like, okay, well, we can go ahead and date and we'll, you know, chill, whatever. Nothing. I couldn't do that. So I left it as it was. I just went home. I knew it wasn't gonna be shit because we was gonna be moving that summer. So we get ready to move and come down here. We move into Swainsboro, Georgia. It's like nothing but white people there. Nothing wrong with it, but it's quiet as shit, and I loved it. I take that back because I hated it. When I moved down here to Georgia, I hated it. Now that I'm older, I really wish I can go back to that quietness because noise is non-fucking sense. But we come down here, we moved in. You know, I met a few people, some people I still had crushes on. Now, keep in mind, every year that's passing by, I'm praying to God during the summers, just like, Lord, please take this, whatever the fuck is going on, take it away. Because I know I'm not supposed to be feeling this way about girls, right? Like, this shit don't seem right. Like, I just can't wrap my mind around being with a boy. I just didn't know why. I just couldn't figure it out. It just was not working. My heart wasn't thriving. My vagina didn't pulse. It just didn't kick, okay? But every time if I see a bad chick, back then you just called them fine, you know, it was just that was it. That's all I needed to see, and you know, everything would just be rushing. So I spoke to God. Every day. I spoke to God every night. I talked to him. I found all the verses you could think of in the Bible, because again, this is where I was raised in. Seventh-day Adventists. They're strict people. You have to go to sleep at night, and Friday you basically can't do nothing from sunset Friday to sunset Saturday. Not a bad thing, but if you want to watch television on Friday nights, you're not going to be able to do that. And you can't do nothing up until Saturday night. Now, most people that I know when I was at church, after that, they go to the club, blase, have, you know, do whatever the fuck they want to do. Sorry about that. That was a call. Fucking A. Where the fuck did I leave off at? Blase. Elementary school, middle school, Swainsboro. Right? People I was cool with. Now, the whole struggle really happens when I'm in high school. I start 9th grade, and we'll start with 8th grade. We'll start with middle school, 8th grade, leaving 8th grade, and they had this girl that was in my class, that like every year I had a new chick I was like crushing on. Either it was a new chick or the same chick from the last year, and then added on with a new chick. Either way, this shit was consistent. Like, I was losing this fucking battle. Like, there was no way I tried everything I could possibly do to figure out what the fuck to do to take these feelings away for these girls. So every year it starts off a new chick, same chick, whatever. So end up in 8th grade, this girl I'm cool with. So then I start trying out with boys, right? To see how this shit would work out, how this shit would actually pan out. 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, messed around with a few dudes. Nothing. Try the first, you know what I'm saying? It just was not. You see what I'm saying? Like, so when that shit starts happening, am I supposed to continue? Am I supposed to like fuck 100 niggas just until I find the right one? So I already assumed by that time, you know what I'm saying, done did them all. I'm gay, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no way of going around this shit. So, to me to high school to figure this shit out, this chick comes and almost fucking blasts me out. But she doesn't. She's actually pretty cool. We actually end up talking. She basically says that she knew that I was gay. I never was out throughout high school. I didn't want my parents to find out, and I damn sure didn't want to risk my chances of going to a college outside of my parents' area. Okay? Because I banked on that. Like, at the time, I wanted to go to Mercer to become a pediatrician. Because I just loved kids, and I wanted to take care of them, that type of stuff. And, you know, as my growing up, I had a lot of doctors that took care of me, so I just wanted to do the same thing. That didn't work out, first of all. That shit did not work out like I wanted it to. Make it all the way to high school, like I said. I basically end up graduating from high school, and it was great. Like, the family came out and everything, and we had a great big party for it, blase, and everything was cool up until, I guess you could say it was my fault, but at the same time, I was grown. You know, I was about 17, about to turn 18. So, let me see. It was literally the summer, I believe, the summer after. No, it was the fall after I graduated when I started college. All right, because I went to Clayton State University when I started college. So I get in there, and oh my gosh, like, college women, I don't know what the fuck y'all be doing, but they are some of the, you know what I'm saying, the baddest. It's because, I guess you want to say because they're young. Now that I'm 28 years old, 17 years old, all of them look like grown-ass women. But now that I'm older, to me, they look like children, but, you know what I'm saying, they're still hot, attractive, and of age. So, hey, who the fuck cares? So, bottom line is, I get into college or whatever, and in the midst of all that, I meet my girl, right? So I have a few girlfriends really online. I had a few girlfriends throughout high school online, because like I said, I didn't want to bring them to school. I didn't want to talk about them around nobody else. And nobody really knew about these, but me. I didn't talk to anybody about it. So I had those girls, spoke to them when I was on the phone, called them or whatever when I was free at the house by myself. Or spoke to them online back when this was like chat was like just starting out. Yahoo chat. I was on that bitch like heavy every day. Right? So I did that. And then I met my girl. You know, some of y'all might know her as Amy. Sarah. With the magazine. So I ended up speaking to her. So, in the middle of all this too, I met a couple of chicks. And, I fucked a couple of them. Oh my gosh, and I loved it. Like, I just don't know. I just could not get that dude shit. So, this is what the fuck I need to be in, obviously, right? So, I'm living a life, whatever, thinking I'm doing good. First of all, I just started college, right? I'm supposed to be focused on my books. Now, the classes that they done gave me, some of them were extremely fucking hard. I go to the fucking financial aid people, they fucking counselor gonna tell me, bitch gonna say that I done fucking chose a class that was too hard. Like, bitch, I took the fucking test that y'all gave me. It ain't my fault that the damn test brought me in a high-ass class, so now I can't even pass the damn thing. And it's math, and I love the shit. I've always aced math. They put me in some fucking statistics class based on my test scores, some crap like that. Either way it goes, I failed the fucking class. So I have to take, I believe, remedial math or some shit. So this is all this shit is happening all at one time. I'm coming out. I'm just now starting to work on my classes. And I done opened up a fucking Black Planet profile, online profile. Ask me why. I do this shit. This is actually how I meet some of the girls that are in my area, were actually in my area. So I was able to actually drive to their houses and, you know, meet them, whatever, hang out. That type of shit. So we get up, the Black Planet profile, right? So I done created my profile. Keep in mind, I started this motherfucker with no pictures, okay? I didn't have not one picture on this bitch. So as soon as I started, I put all my little information, what I'm looking for, you know, what I want to see, and all that shit, and who I want to contact me, you know? And again, no pictures. So keep in mind, what the fuck does a page look like without pictures? You don't get no fucking hits. So I would hit up a couple of people or whatever. So I hit up some folks here and there. Some replied, some didn't. So then I was like, man, I'm not getting as much play as I want to on this bitch. I need to upload a picture. That was mistake number 2. Upload a motherfucking picture. Everybody found me on Black Planet. Another question I have to ask is, how the fuck was the pastor's daughter on Black Planet enough to find me just to tell her damn daddy that I was gay and on Black Planet? This is where all hell broke loose. Okay, first of all, me and this chick was supposed to be cool. Supposedly, every time I go to church, she act like we cool, we close, we friends. One of those people that thinks she knows every fucking thing because her dad's the president coming as the church. You know what I'm saying? If you living in the church all the time, this is basically your world. And this is what the church was to me. It was basically my whole world. I couldn't do nothing without the church being involved in it. Ask me why. I go to school, church has to be involved. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, down the line, this bitch goes out and runs her fucking mouth and tells her dad and her mom. So now, I go to church one Saturday thinking everything's cool, right? Now, I get in there and all of a sudden I see this, the pastor's wife is like yelling my name, screaming, blase, blase, like, come here, I need to talk to you, I need to talk to you. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? So I go in there and I speak to her, and she's telling me that, oh, I know you got this page. Oh my gosh, my heart dropped. I felt like, oh shit, they know, my parents about to know, it's finna be fucking World War III up in this bitch, right? So I'm hoping that maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it's not gonna be as big as a deal as I'm fucking thinking that it is, okay? So we're calm for a minute, right? So this bitch ends up telling me that I need to fucking tell my parents or she'll tell them for me. I said, okay, I'll tell them. Alright, a week goes by, I don't tell them. Why? Because I'm terrified, okay? My mama has made sly remarks. My dad has made little fucking side comments before about just how they felt about gay people. Keep in mind, my mama had a gay friend, okay? She went to work with her and all this stuff, and I thought at the time she was cool with him. She didn't have no problem with him, okay? Or she was actually unable enough to coexist. That's what I was hoping for. So a week goes by, nothing, whatever. Boy, I tell you, did that lady run and do what the fuck she said she was gonna do? First of all, I get to church, everybody else starting to know about this shit. All the adults in the fucking church know about the fact that I'm gay. Not only that, okay, these bitches, these motherfuckers, I'm so sorry, okay, that these are people who are supposed to walk in God's light, supposed to represent God. How in the hell, why in the fuck would a pastor and his wife come to my house to tell my parents that I'm gay? So they do all this shit. You think that they're in the right? Good for you, but I don't think so, okay? First of all, it's none of your damn business, okay? Second of all, y'all didn't solve shit. You didn't do a damn thing but just start havoc, okay? And I could have possibly did this shit myself and my own fucking time, okay? I think around that time my sister found out. We spoke about it. I even talked to her about the girls that I was fucking with. She didn't tell me anything. I didn't get no inkling that she hated it. I didn't get nothing as far as that she was not for it. Nothing. To me, because she was my road dog, we used to do everything together, right? She used to tell me about this boy that she was fucking, blase blase, that she would miss school. You know what I'm saying? This type of shit. So we would speak about any and everything, okay? So, what the fuck? She's supposed to be charged. So, my fault. So, bottom line is that night, man, was the worst night of my life. We came home. At the time, I had my license. I had a car. It was my dad's car, but he gave it to me to drive to school, college, back and forth. I came home that night. I believe, actually, I think I had to race these people home to my house because they, they were on the way, and I just didn't want them to tell my parents first. So I get home, and they're at the house. They're at the house, and they come in. Came out this Saturday night after church, and they come in and they want to speak to my parents. So we go to my parents' bedroom. I'm sorry. We go to my parents' bedroom, and so they're sitting there, my parents sitting there, and they tell me, it's my parents, I got to tell them something. So I was like, okay, I'll tell them. I guess it's about time. So I came out, right, and I told them. So they asked me, how long have you been, doing this? Who all you been seeing? If you with anybody now, that type of stuff. So, I answered them truthfully. It's like I let them know, because I'm finally coming out. I'm finally telling my truth, and I wanted them to know. Unfortunately, in this fucking situation, but I told them. Okay, so I done told them, and my dad was in shock. Like, he couldn't say nothing. My mom just busted out crying. So she's crying. I'm crying. Alright. Then the pastor and his wife, they end up saying some other shit that if I can fucking, it's disoriented. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember what the fuck they said, but they ended up leaving. So they left the shit there the way the fuck it was. So we're upstairs, and my parents are talking to me about it, trying to ask me questions, to the point where they said they're gonna take my car keys away from me. They're gonna take the car away from me. They said they're gonna, oh Lord, they changed everything. We go downstairs, Mama's still crying. They rummaged through my closet. They took away all my pants. They took away my jeans. They took away all my hats. They took away my fucking tennis shoes. Oh Lord, they everything that I had that represented me as I am today, they ripped it out. They took it all away and threw it away. Okay, keep in mind, they were just clothes. I could really care less. Most of the shit I actually paid for. Some of the stuff they gave to me. When I was growing up, my mama didn't have none of this problem when she was buying me these fucking clothes. She didn't care. Back then, the tomboy shit was cool. She didn't have no problem with it. She used to actually joke about the shit. Okay? But as soon as I come out, it's a fucking problem. So we do all that. That night is horrible, man. We basically argue, cry, and I don't know, pray the whole night. So I get upstairs and I'm talking to my mama and my parents, and I guess I say something that my mama didn't like, so she slaps me. For the first time ever, she just fucking slaps me. And I don't know how to fucking react, because I've never had this shit happen before. I'm not one of those people that just gets beaten the fuck up, okay? I've gotten my ass whooped by my parents, yes, because I was being a bad fucking child. But not because I came out and told you something about myself. So, I'm in shock. I don't know what the fuck is going on, right? So, my mama slaps me. I spend the night literally in my parents' room that night. They don't call my uncles. They don't call my aunts. They don't spoke to my cousins. They don't told everybody Jessica is now gay and she had the devil in her, this and that. Whoo! And I tell you, I hope nobody else goes through this bullshit, because it started from them telling my family members. So now my aunt's calling me, right? Now just keep in mind, these are the people that I've grown up with. Now I was one of those people that everybody in the family knew, loved, you know what I'm saying, praised, you know what I'm saying, because I just did what I was supposed to do, okay? Because I worked hard for my shit. I went to school. I had made my A's and B's. Some classes I failed along the fucking way, but who the fuck did it, okay? So I get to all this shit. Now I get a fucking phone call from these same family members that I ain't heard from since I fucking graduated, okay? Telling me that I need to change my ways, that I need to do this and do that to make my parents happy, do this. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to understand this shit. Now keep in mind, I'm still with my girl, okay? So now I'm already done started fucking with these females, and I'm already in a relationship. So now y'all think I'm finna turn this whole bitch around to make my fucking parents happy. They didn't say nothing about the fact that, oh, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what God tell you. No, they just wanted my parents to be happy, okay? My parents was all about the appearance. They did not want to look bad in front of their friends. That was basically the whole thing. This whole shit was about. Now, we've been down to Georgia. I done moved around maybe 3-4 different churches, all Seventh-day Adventists, right? So now we're in this French church, right? Some of my friends, a lot of my friends in the church knew that I was gay, but they didn't say, they didn't give me the idea that they hated me because of it. Some of them, well, no, I take that back, because I actually did have a friend who told me that she would never fuck with me ever again, because this is when I was still I hadn't come out yet. I believe, I want to say one person actually knew, maybe 1 or 2 people that actually knew for sure. They told me that they wouldn't tell nobody, and nobody actually knew for a little while, up until the pastor's daughter found out. So this friend specifically, she ended up passing. I love her, man. She said she would never fuck with me ever again, and that was not the case. I thought that I was gonna lose a friend, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you grow up and you meet people, and you don't want people to fucking leave you because of who you are, especially when you don't feel like you've done anything wrong, like you haven't killed anybody, you haven't stolen from them, that type of shit. So, like I said, she ended up passing, God rest her soul. She ended up, not say coming around, but we spoke on it, and she loved me regardless. Back to everybody else. So for about, this happened when I came out February. I'm gonna say for like 2 more months. I had pastors come to the house. I had elders come to the house. I had deacons come to the house. Oh man, I was on the watch list 24/7. My parents went to the school with me. I couldn't drive to the school no more. My parents literally dropped me off at school. They gave me something to wear, which was a skirt, dress, something. I had to put that on to go to class. I go to class. I come out of class. My mom was waiting for me outside the class. We have to go back in the car. They drive me back to home. I stay at home. I can't go nowhere except for the school, church, and home. Like I said, it took my keys away from me. All this shit. So I'm like, man, you know, I tell you what, I can't live like this. I'm about 17 years old, about to be 18, hoping that my damn scores would come in so that I can go to the college that I wanted to, but that didn't happen. They came in, but they weren't the scores that I wanted. So what I did was hold on. Alright, like I said, they weren't the scores that I wanted. Didn't go to that school, so I ended up going to Clayton State. My mom was super excited because it was like 20 minutes from the fucking house, and because she thought I was going to be a nurse, which I had no plans on fucking being. But who the fuck cares, right? It ain't my life, it's my fucking parents. Anyway, all that shit happens. Everybody basically start coming at me. Like I said, the pastors came to the house, elders came to the house. They all praying over me. Get this gay demon away from her, and keep these demons off of her. And if they were demons, they failed. If they weren't, what the fuck are y'all doing? Nothing happened, okay? They weren't gonna pray the gay away. It does not exist. I don't care how many people you ask, it does not exist. And if they tell you that it does, ask them where the fuck is their current man or woman that they're supposed to be in this straight relationship with. And ask them if they plan on having kids with that man or straight woman. Because in actuality, I don't want to point fingers at Donnie McCirclin, but truth be told, that nigga, you ain't got no wife. I don't care how much you want to say you an ex-gay. If you ain't with somebody else of the opposite sex, you still gay, motherfucker. Anyway, not coming out talking about that shit, but yeah, it was horrible. At night, I tried to talk to. I had a cell phone. I had they had ordered me a cell. My parents had ordered me a cell phone. I had used it, I think, when I had first started talking to girls. I used that shit a lot. I had my bill came at like $300-$400. Back then, you didn't no free cell, no free minutes, no free fucking thing. And then I didn't have Metro close to me. So Metro PCS was hot down here for like the free minutes and the free text messages for like $40 a month. I didn't have that shit right here, so I couldn't use that. They had the times my parents' bill, whatever. So I think I ended up using that phone. I kept using that phone, and I would call my girl and talk to her at night. And my dad would like bust through the doors, and he would like open the door all the way and stand right outside of it and sit there and just listen. And then if he hears me talk, he'll come around the side and just watch me. He'll be right at the doorway and just watch me, right? And then be like, who you talking to? Who you talking to? Right? So a few times because of this, my dad grabs the phone and starts talking to my girl and starts telling her, you know, who are you and what are you doing talking to my daughter, and you know that she's sick and and all this stuff. And to the point where, first of all, to the point where I had to hang up. I couldn't stay on the phone and have that shit happening. You know what I'm saying? So this happened all the time. So I'm trying to push through and be like, look, man, this is my fucking life. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do. This shit what makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? I figured at least what I would want for me to be happy, or at least try to fucking understand it. So no, they weren't trying to have none of that. So all that shit happens to the point where I guess I fought too hard. I stood my ground a little too hard. So now my parents, they find this day, and I believe it was the day after Valentine's Day, I believe. Because I had went to my girl's house and I got her some stuff for Valentine's Day. I think at the time I had dropped them off at another friend's house, the things because I couldn't keep them in my house. So I had to literally scheme this whole thing just to give my girl gifts for Valentine's Day. Just so my parents won't find out. So they didn't find out, but somehow, some way, my dad found out that I had sent her some money one time. I don't know how that happened. I even had a diary at one point, and my mama had a hold of it, and she read it. So then I would intentionally put posts in there for her to read to piss her off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're reading my shit, man. Like, this is my personal fucking feelings. So I would put stuff in there to make her upset. So she would come to me and ask me about it. Right? I don't know if this is common for y'all, but I've never been through this shit. So I had about 3 or 4 different diaries, okay? Because I just wanted to write my fucking thoughts down. But it just seemed like they just could never stay secret. So we go through all this caca, And it gets to the point where my parents are fed up. They're pissed the fuck off, right? So I get home one day. I get home and I'm upstairs. I believe I'm upstairs doing homework or something like that. I'm in my room. So all of a sudden, my mama says, "Come on down and eat." I said, okay. Cool. Now, sad to say, by this time and point, I'm a little terrified of my parents. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think they might kill me in my sleep just so that I won't grow up to be that gay daughter they didn't want to have. So I didn't know what to think. So I get down there and it's just one plate. Nobody else is eating. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I think this is my last meal. Right? So I get down there and I'm I guess you could say I started eating it. I ate some of it. I ain't eat all of it. I'm getting too terrified. I'm like, Lord, if my mom's gonna kill me, I guess let her just do it now. So I'm blowing the shit up. So I eat and I go back upstairs and my mama says, nah, she said go ahead and grab you some stuff and wait for your dad when he gets here. I said, okay. So already, you know what I'm saying, I get to my room and I'm like, okay, they finna kick me out. So I was like, I knew it was coming. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had a feeling it was coming because that was really my first thing. I just knew that they would kick me out the first day that it happened. That I came out, but they did it. So I guess they were trying to see if they can fix me. Didn't work out like that. So my dad gets home. It's pouring outside. I grabbed me a suitcase. I put all my favorite shit in it. You know, I bought some Timbs and stuff like that. And I put them all in there. I didn't have no money really. I think I had a job at the time, so I made a little bit of money. And hell, by that time they took my cell phone away, so I had to use a phone at the work just to call my girl to see how she was doing. Which is also where I met this other chick that I was working with for, I don't say not that long, but for a little while. And I found out that, you know, she was gay as well, and you know what she was going through, that type of stuff. So I kept that in the back of my head. You know, I was like, okay, if anything goes down, I can hit her up or hit up all the people I done talked to that were supposed to be gay and say they're gonna look out for me, that type of shit. So I had my little black book, is what I called it back then, because it was literally a black little book with phone numbers of number girls in it. This is where you find out what the fuck you really all about, right? So my dad gets home. My dad tells me, he said, you gotta go. You can't stay here with the kids. I can't let you stay here and polluting their mind, you know, with your behavior. You have to go. So I was like, okay, what the fuck am I gonna say? Am I gonna say no? No. Well, I can sign my house. I didn't pay for it. So I grabbed my suitcase, and like I said, it's pouring outside. So I'm walking down the driveway, up the street in the fucking rain. I probably get down about 10 minutes down there, and then my dad pulls up in his car. First of all, they watched me walk from the driveway down the street in the rain. I don't think I had no umbrella, nothing like that. I just had my clothes on me, my suitcase. So I'm walking down the street, trying to figure out what my next move gonna be. So my dad comes out there, he pulls up next to me, and he says, get in. Okay? So I get in, because I still don't know what the fuck is going on. Now, who the fuck am I gonna fight with? These ain't kidnappers. These are my fucking family members. My damn mom and dad, okay? So I get in the car. My dad, both of them actually are in the car. So they all take me to this hotel, this motel, right? I think at the time I had a credit card on me, and some cash. I had like my first Bank of America credit card, some shit like that. So I went in, and they paid for the first night. My parents paid for the first night. Now keep in mind, in my mind, I'm thinking like, my parents think this shit's gonna work. My parents think that if they take everything away from me, that I'm gonna want to come back and do whatever I need to do to stay there. you know. Because I guess you could say I always thought that I was being at my parents' house till I was like 30 years old. And because at the time it was cool, I hadn't come out, and I was trying to not accepting who I was, that type of shit. And that didn't work out. So I'm like 17 years old, outside of this hotel. My parents dropped me off, still pouring out. They done booked me a room. So now I gotta get to work. I gotta find somewhere to fucking stay. So I got the phone in the hotel room, and I called everybody I could fucking find, and nobody can help out. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, everybody around the time was like around my age, and I think maybe one other person was like a few years older than me, but still couldn't really do much because they were staying with their parents. So it was tough. It was very tough. So what I ended up doing, I think I purchased like another night or two on my credit card or whatever cash I had on hand, and I stayed there for a couple of days, and I walked around the hotel to get the shit that I can get and come back in. And I don't know, man, I guess you could say I lived there for them few days that I was there. So then all of a sudden I'm laying in the fucking bed, and the phone rings. Right now, keep in mind, I haven't spoken to my parents. The phone rings, and my cousin's on the other line. Right now, this cousin in particular, he used to be my favorite. Like, I used to love him. Like, this dude's big as shit. You know what I'm saying? This is a big motherfucker. Like, if you could compare him to a sumo wrestler, you would think he was a fucking wrestler. This is how big he was. But I loved him. You know what I'm saying? So he gets on the phone, and he's like, you know, I heard what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I just want to see if you want to come out here and with me and, you know, make some money, that type of shit. So I'm thinking like, okay, this nigga must be cool with it because he knows what the fuck is going on, right? So I'm happy. I say, okay, I finally got somebody who's actually going to try to help me out to do something at least positive with myself. I can't go back to school, then I made me fucking leave. I can't go back to my job because I done fucking missed out on that. Basically done left work. So I've been ripped out of everything I was in while I was here in Georgia. So I took my cousin's advice. So I went to Texas with him, and he basically told me, you know, I lived there with him for like 2 to 3 months. About the first week, I knew why I was there. The first day it was cool. No, I'll take that back, because he started showing his true colors when I first got there. So I get up in there, and he starts questioning me, right? He's like, so what about this gay thing? You know, do you have a girl? Da 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 da. And oh my gosh, please ask me why. And there will never be women that ask me these shits. When I was in church, the elder asked me this, my cousin asked me this, even my dad asked me this. Why is this y'all's first question is, how do two girls have sex? Why is that relevant to you in any way? Nigga asked me what pussy smell like. Nigga say, you want to be a man? Alright, let's go be a man together, right? First of all, I ain't never tell this bitch ass I wanted to be a man. Fuck you, nigga, for not understanding English, okay? Second of all, so he tries me. You know what I'm saying? Now, as a female and black and being 5'2", I know a little bit of something too about being discriminated against. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, my dad didn't let me play basketball. He said it was a boy sport. So I tried out. I didn't get to try out till senior year when I finally convinced him to let me try out. So I tried out, and then we get to the finally getting ready to start playing games. I give him the schedule, most of them Friday nights. So because of my SDA status, I couldn't go to none of the games. So I didn't get to play basketball. And that's my shit. I love it. If it wasn't for me, my brother wouldn't even be in basketball. You see? So, but I couldn't play it because I was a girl. And now also because of Seventh-day Adventist. There was always some reason for me not to do the shit that I wanted to do. And most of it was guy related. But I sung in the church. I played the clarinet. I played the saxophone. I played the piano. I did a lot of shit. I even wrote music. I wrote music and played it at the church. Okay? But all that shit did not matter once I came out. So Oh, and then I skipped a part, right? This just happened. So, what year was this? 04, 05. I was 05. All this shit started happening in 05. So actually, before my parents kicked me out of the house, before I moved to Texas, I ended up. They took me to church one last time, and the pastor brought me up to the pulpit, and he literally cast me out of the church or have me on the pulpit. He called everybody. He called everybody that was still inside the church to come inside the congregation to basically kick me out of the church in front of everybody, and basically told everybody why. Nobody said anything. Nobody stood up. I was by myself, and had been by myself from the time I had came out. So nobody helped. You know what I'm saying? I'm 17 years old dealing with this shit. I know everybody's seeing the disgrace that's happening, but they still let it happen. So, what the fuck ever. I move on. Keep in mind, now by this time I done lost faith in God. I didn't want to pray no more. I just felt like God abandoned me. I felt like he literally let these people do this in his name. I did not see not one time where anybody tried to reach out and be helpful at all. So I was a little shocked as to what the hell was going on, and then it felt like God let it happen. So I didn't pray for a little while, and I didn't want to do nothing but just talk to my girl, because that's the only person that could speak to, that could understand what was actually happening. And even that time, we were breaking up on and off because it would be too much for her. My dad would show up at the house, at her house. My dad would show up at her house, his car outside of her fucking front door. Keep in mind, her mama had a gun. Okay? Meaning that she could have came out there and shot his ass at any given time. I love my dad, but I love my wife even more. You know what I'm saying? This is who I ended up marrying. So if she shot your ass, I wasn't gonna be mad, because you came on her property to intimidate her. This nigga done got up, basically knocked on her fucking door, or called the same number that I was calling from by using the cell phone bill that I had, to simply tell her to leave me alone. Wait outside, tell her to come outside so that he can talk to her. She didn't leave. She was about to call the damn cops. I said, you should have. Again, if y'all approve his methods, then go for it. Do the same shit if you want to. And if somebody shoots your ass, then you fucking ask for it. Okay, so this is all the disgustingness that I'm fucking dealing with. In Texas, this nigga works construction. So I work construction, right? We working on these concrete pipes, rolling these bitches down, pushing these bitches up. You know what I'm saying? Kicking these motherfuckers out. So now every time I'm pushing these motherfuckers out, this nigga pulls off the truck. I gotta chase down the truck to get into the motherfucking truck, just to get to the next fucking site, because for whatever reason we have to be the first ones at the next motherfucking site. So we doing this shit from 4 in the morning to 6 p.m. at night, every fucking day except Saturdays and Sundays. So my parents are Seventh-day Adventists, but my cousins, they all go to church on Sundays. Before my parents met, my mom was Catholic, and my dad was already in the Seventh-day Adventist, but was into some other lifestyle prior to that wasn't very holy. We're not gonna talk about that shit. They're from Haiti. You can kind of put the shit together. So now I'm in their household. I go to church with them now. Now we're going to that big Texas church with Joel Osteen. All right. I'm not a fan of big churches, and I don't think that they're true to the message. A lot of times when you get into those big churches, and which I have with him, especially specifically Joel Osteen, you get there, they sing a few songs, they do a couple of prayers, read a couple of Bible verses. Dude comes on there, he makes a joke to start off his sermon, then he starts talking through the sermon. I never felt it. Honestly, I never felt it when I was there. It was just in the moments. I had to go to church with these people, so I went to church. So it was my cousin, it was like maybe 4 of my cousins, their wives, their kids, and my aunt and uncle, all in Texas, right? So now I'm living with them for like these next 2 to 3 months. So again, this shit keeps going on and on. I guess I proved myself too good. I'm a hard worker. Again, because of my disability as far as being in the world of women, black, and short, and now gay, I have to prove myself a lot. So, and I push through. I'm a hard working motherfucker. I don't care who you ask. I make sure I get shit done. Okay, so this is what happened. So he would put me in these situations where I think when I first got there, he made me shovel dog boo boo in the rain, that type of shit. I did it, balls out. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Next thing, he got me doing some other shit, working by myself with the pipes. Then he had 2 big ass Rottweilers, so I gotta walk them motherfuckers every morning and every night. It didn't intimidate me at all. You know what I'm saying? I lived through this shit. I lived for it, damn it. So we go through all this shit. Now every night, he don't know this shit, but every night, because this motherfucker gave me a key. He gave me a key so I can come back to the house and leave, whatever. So no, he did not. He did not give me a key. So, excuse me, he didn't give me a key, that's right, because he wanted me to have to be with somebody to get inside the house. How old was I? I think it was like 17, about to be 18, if not already. No, I was still 17, because it's all in 1 year. It's probably like a 6 months last when all this shit happens. So, that's happening, and in the middle of the nights, when I can't go to sleep, or hell, when I plan on it, I would go out, I would leave out of his house, and without no key, I can't tell, I gotta leave the door unlocked. I pull the door closed, but I have to leave it unlocked to come back in, and use a payphone to call my girl to see what's going on, you know, type of shit, get the updates. Now, around this time, we're not really together when I'm in Texas, okay, so she already has time to be with other people, whatever, it's, you know, it shit happens. So, I get up to, back to the house, and like I said, every day, whenever I can, I go out there and do this shit. Every same thing with the morning, I work with this motherfucker every morning and do the same shit. So every time we go out there, he's talking to me. He's telling me, he's trying to convince me, he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, do something. So one night, this nigga gets so upset. He was like, if you're not gonna change, then you will have to leave, and I'm gonna have to drop you off at a homeless shelter because I don't need to have this shit in my house, and all this stuff. Keep in mind, around that time, because I'm working with him and I'm not seen anywhere else, so he allows me to wear my shit. So I'm wearing Dickies. I'm wearing my fucking Dickies to these construction sites, and then I got these steel toe shoes on. And then when we go out to the store, I just put my Timbs on. That's all I got. So this motherfucker basically tries to kick me out. So now I'm freaking out. I'm like, hell fuck no. Nigga, you is not finna drop me off in no fucking homeless shelter in Texas. And I'm just living in fucking Georgia to come out here in this bullshit. Fuck with your stupid ass. So by this time, I'm fed up. I'm not having it no more. I'm not doing it. So I come up with something, right? So I said, okay. I don't know if it was me and my consciousness. Just come up with something off the bat, but I bawled the fuck out. I said, I'm so sorry. I will change. I want to be different. I want to be better. I want to be straight. This nigga said, okay. This motherfucker was ecstatic than a bitch. Asking me all kinds of questions. This nigga hops out of his fucking bed to sit his big ass on the fucking kitchen table to talk to me, to tell me about all this stuff. He's so proud that he can see this moment and that he was a part of the moment and that he was the one that created it to make me be straight now. Nigga, after all the shit you done put me through, after you done fucking, basically this nigga done basically had fist fights with me in the fucking truck, trying to prove that he was the bigger man. He basically, I done, you know what I'm saying, chopped firewood, fixed cars, anything that you could think of that you would do to try to make, I guess, a woman try to see what it is to be like a man is what he had me do. And I did. That wasn't enough for him. I wasn't supposed to do it. I think I was supposed to fail. Okay? Because if this took him off, he wanted to kick me out, I groveled on my knees like, I don't want to be here and I just want to go home and be better and all this stuff. Next morning, he pays for my ticket, sends me home. He is ecstatic. We get to the fucking train station. This motherfucker is chest out, all this shit. Like I said, a big ass motherfucker now. Now this time, I hate him. That love that I used to have for him, it's gone. Because now you basically showing me that you don't care about nothing else but trying to prove that you're the one that try to make me straight. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? So, all that shit happens, and I get down to Georgia. Motherfucker came back with a fucking, I got fucking what's that, shingles on my back and shit, like coming back from Texas, right? I get down there, and my parents are happy. My mom meets me there. It's like, oh, I'm so happy that you're home. Blase, blase. So now, because of what my cousin said, I'm not gonna tell y'all his name. I wish I could, but because of what my cousin said, they automatically assumed that now he done fixed me. You know what I'm saying? He done put me in my place. So I get there. I played this role for about I want to say a month, but it wasn't even a month. I did what I was supposed to do. Again. But come on now. It's like, it's really like you can't, it's not going to go away. I don't care who you are. It's not going to go away unless you just really never weren't. Okay? And I just always had been. So, I'm trying my hardest not to call nobody, especially not my girl, because that's, you know, the person who's been with me up and down throughout the whole motherfucking situation. So I'm trying not to call her, right? So we go through all this shit, and I want to say I called her one time, but I didn't stay on the phone, and then I just hung up, right? Because I was like, nah, my parents gonna see she on the caller ID. So I gotta go to the caller ID, delete her number out the phone when she calls, just so my parents won't try to call her ID to see that she called. Because by this time, then I memorized the phone number. Okay? Didn't know if that was normal for y'all, but hey. So, time goes by, and I can't take it no more. Okay? I'm done playing these games and shit. I said, it's about time for me to move out. It's about time for me to do my own shit and find take responsibility for my own motherfucking life. Okay? So that's what I started making plans to do. So I went back to work. I got my job back. Saved up $1,300, and the car that I had at the time was sitting in the driveway because the transmission was fucked up. I don't know how, but the transmission was fucked up. So I had to fix that. All right? It cost me $1,300 to do. Save that money up. Put that shit in there. That's when my dad finally released the car to me. Okay? Once I paid that money and fixed it, car was supposed to be mine. Okay? So I get the car, and I ended up finding one day out when we was at church, and I think my parents had gone. It was like after church, and I was actually around some people that I know weren't about trying to snitch on me or nothing like that. So I used one of their phones and I called her, and ever since then, man, I was like, I wasn't doing it no more. I was not living the line no more. So I called her, we spoke. She was mad it took so long because I was back in Georgia to call her back, but I finally did it, and I put that money in that car. I told my parents I was out. They thought I was changed and all this stuff. I said, nah. I said, y'all can have all this, and I left. I moved in with that friend I told you about that was at I was at the job, and I stayed over there for about a couple of months. Then that way my girl was able to come out there. We were back together, and she visited me, and we spent time together. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have no problem. I even started going back to I believe I started going back to school and that type of stuff. But because I failed a couple of classes, I was on probation, so I had to pay for my classes and a whole bunch of other shit. Either way, all that shit happened for me to finally leave the motherfucking house after I come back to live there with my parents. But I did not really want to do. I just wanted to be back in Georgia to be with my girl, to be away from them. So that's what I did, right? So I left, and all that happened. So around this time, I guess to make some extra cash, I used to work with my dad doing folding newspapers. So even when I was working and living at the other my friend's house, my dad would come over there, pick me up every Wednesday and Thursday mornings, and go to the newspapers with him. Because I was the fastest. I had three other siblings. Neither one of them were really good at it as much as I was. Because like I said, I put my shit into everything. I work hard for every fucking thing that I have. So I did it even around that time. And really what I should have told him was no, that I wasn't going to work with him. But I did it. It was my dad. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe down the line they're going to come around, blah, blah, blah. The people that I'm living with, their parents already knew that they were gay. And they had a few kids living over there that couldn't stay with their parents. So we was basically, it was like a boarding house kind of story, but not really. So I paid my dues, I paid my, my part of the rent, that type of shit. So up until the point where we moved out. Now all this shit goes down. I move out, move in with my girl. My girl comes out to her parents. Then we living together. We go through our ups and downs. We're living in together. We probably finally together about 5 years. Still struggling with my parents. My parents still living in Georgia. My dad now, instead of coming to my friend's house, now he comes to the apartment that we were staying in to pick me up for the same shit. So you gonna tell me you can pick me up, but I can't get on the phone with my girl while I'm working for your ass and call her to tell her that I love her? So he used to tell me that I couldn't do that no more. So I said, okay, that's fine. Don't pick me up no more. So that didn't happen anymore, right? So we go through all this shit, and I want to say in all 10 years goes by, and I hadn't heard from my parents really. Never really seen them. My sister came by a couple of times, but it wasn't nothing like that. Like, she wasn't really trying to support either. But it just was a big ass mess for those 10 years. It was I dealt with it because I wasn't living in a situation anymore. I was in my own house. I paid my own bills, had my own job, made my own money. So I didn't have to worry about that shit. The car that actually I paid the $1,300 for the transmission got totaled about the first week that I had it after we moved out. So I had to end up getting another car. Like I said, I lived life those 10 years. My parents did not come around. They did not at all. Basically, what they ended up doing was every time I spoke to them, they made sure that they told me how much they did not like it. And just kept reiterating that. And that I will have to come back to church and I need to repent and do all that shit. So I was like, okay, what the fuck ever. I just basically try to keep my distance. My brother, I got a brother. The only thing he helped me do since then was, I believe I met up with him for a Photoshop disc. Ever since then, thank you, bro, because you're the one that helped me become the great graphic designer that I am today. For that inkling, but I haven't spoken to him either. I texted him once and I asked him, do you still love me? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, you're my sister. That was about it. I don't get birthday wishes from my family. I don't get love any other day. Hell, my baby sister that I used to take care of, and I used to buy her shit, expensive shit, right? Because shit she wanted. I wanted to spoil her like she was mine. Because she was about 8 years younger than me. So I wanted to spoil her. Then to the point where after I moved out, they had her, or I don't know what she did on her own, but she would send me videos about people who had changed from being gay to now are straight. Also had sent me videos of how gay people are destroying America. I had to tell her off. I don't care who you are. You're not going to come disrespect me. You're not going to come disrespect my family. You're not going to come and flat out try to tell me that I'm the evil motherfucker in the world that needs to be eradicated because I'm supposedly doing the most and all this shit, right? Especially coming from my family. So by this time, I didn't give up on family. I said, fuck family, make your own. That's what I tell everybody, okay? Because of mine. So literally about maybe a few months ago from today, my parents came, I was last year, to a house that I was living in, and I actually moved out of the apartments, got a house. My parents moved there. I thought they were gonna be impressed. They act like they didn't care. So they got in, they met my wife, and they left. Then they told me that the next time they come, I'm going to have to meet them outside because they don't want to come back inside the house. So I told them, that's fine, don't come at all. So it went like that for another year or so, right? So keep in mind, I was the type of person that used to call everybody on their birthdays, used to wish everybody a happy anniversary. I used to give gifts. I used to custom make my fucking cards on Mother's Day and Father's Day. I don't know, I want to say I was a great fucking daughter, but you ask my parents and I guess they will tell you different. So All that shit happens. So now I get to the point where I think my last birthday had passed, 27th or 28th birthday. 28th birthday. The one that just passed. And my mom sent me a text and she was like, happy birthday. I'm still praying for you to change. I didn't respond. They sent me some money. I didn't respond to that either. Spent the cash, all this shit, nothing. I can't keep fighting with that shit, man. It's like I'm 28, about to be 30. I want to have kids, and I don't want them to have to worry about what grandma and grandpa think about their mom. You know what I'm saying? And that's people worry about how gay people are affecting kids growing up, when I'd rather a child be in a loving gay household than be in a hateful straight household. We've seen the Duggars. That's enough said. Okay? And if you don't believe that story, then you can look at everything else. Because it's not like the straight people are just doing just so great with their kids, because gay people aren't the ones putting them in foster care. Gay people aren't the ones that just going through all these extra battles as far as not having their kids or being able to take care of them. We're not the ones that got 8 kids in the fucking food stamps because your bitch ass didn't fucking do what you were supposed to do to actually be a better parent. Sorry if it sounds rough, but this is what it looks. This is exactly what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people who have like 4 baby daddies and all this shit, but y'all the ones on food stamps and welfare. What about them dudes that y'all keep fucking? Tell them to pay for some shit, you know? But any fucking way, onto my shit. That is pretty much how it happened, how it went down. My parents, it was never been the same. Me and my mom, we used to be close. We're not close no more. We speak now. It's basically, hey, how you doing? I used to think my parents basically called me just to see if I was still alive, just to make sure that when God comes back, they can't be like, oh yeah, Jessica ended up dying because of da-da-da-da. If it's not like that, that's how it seems. Okay? And I just, I couldn't do it no more, so I didn't answer none of their phone calls. I didn't want to speak to them. My sister every once in a while would come and tell me, oh, you know, you talk to your mom and dad, da, 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 da. But even she would only come to me when she wanted something, you know, or if it was like a graphic she needed, or all of a sudden she needs a YouTube channel or some shit, then she gotta do it. So keep in mind, all this shit is going down. In the midst of all this, I'm hearing stories. I already don't know who else is gay in the church, because everybody wants to talk to the person that's been chastised to tell them about all their shit, right? They can't talk to anybody else because they're gonna get kicked out too. So they want to talk about all their shit. So they're telling me that they done had sex in bathrooms with girls, same-sex girls now, that they got crushes on this type of chick. This is all gay related, most of them, right? So I'm hearing all these stories and shit. Motherfuckers gonna tell me, well, I had one person who actually said that she was sorry that what I had gone through, and that she was kind of going through something similar, and she felt like that I was really strong in what was happening, and that was the only thing that helped me to actually feel like, you know what I'm saying, like I wasn't doing this shit for nothing. It's not just me that's going through this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this shit just cause I don't. If everybody chose to be gay, if people really can choose this shit, we wouldn't choose to be hated by our family members. I tell you that right now, because I was happy growing up as a child playing straight. So if I could have did that and to choose it, then I wouldn't even choose to be gay. You know what I'm saying? This is something that just happens. It's fucking that you can't fucking change, okay? Same way that you straight people can't just turn to be gay all the damn sudden. It's the same way we can't just be straight just because you fucking want to and snap your fingers and expect it to happen. It's not gonna fucking work like that. So I'm hearing, I guess, all these stories. Who's a one-hit wonder? I mean, who's a 1-minute man and all this shit is just nasty, okay? So I don't tell nobody secrets. So now these same people that's telling me they shit all of a sudden is you don't want to talk to me because what? I'm too gay for you? So when I say fuck them, you know what I'm saying? I don't be worrying about shit like that. I be having my own shit to worry about, business to fucking run, money to make, and my life and my wife to take care of. So all that happens. I come out, shit's still the same. So yeah, I'm fucking sweating like a dog. Rewind, fast forward, delete that part. So yeah, I wouldn't expect. I don't want nobody to have to go through this shit. It was a mess, but I went through it, and I knocked it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I'm happier now. I live the life that I want to live, and I don't bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got people down here that we look out for each other. I'm in the neighborhood now. I got people who look out for me, and they don't care about this shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't fucking worry about who I'm fucking and who I'm with. They know me and my girl, and they look out for both of us. Now we got a dog. That's our baby. She's been with us for since she was a pup. So she about going on 3 now, and life is good, man. The only thing I'm working on now is trying to have our first kids. And this is basically a story to let you know, for those who are going through something similar, that it's not going to last forever. That you need to find people that you can confide in, that will look out for you, that will give you positive thoughts, that will also help you to see the greater good and try to look past the people who's speaking evil into your ear. Because God's not gonna tell you that you're not worth something because of who you love. I don't believe that's how my God works. And if you think that God is all about smiting gay people just as much as he is about murderers, then you're completely wrong. And now you can find all the verses in the Bible you can find, but look into them same verses where they mention about fornicators and sodomy and all this stuff. Don't act like you're safe. Please don't. Because if you want to try to say that I'm going to hell, then you're going to be in there too, motherfucker. Okay? Because sodomy is giving head. All you niggas that brag about getting head from this bitch and that other bitch, that's sodomy, you idiots. You don't fucking understand. So don't point fingers unless you're gonna start telling your girls not to suck your dick, nigga. So flat out is live your life. Okay? Be happy. If you live in a life that's not harming others, then do you. Okay? Because I had to literally separate myself from my immediate family, which was hard to do. Okay, I had to separate myself from them, basically damn near try to be emancipated, just so that I can live my life and be happy in my true self. Okay, I have everything that I could possibly have wanted, and all I'm doing is planning for more. I got my own businesses. I have a church that I love going to that accepts me for who I am. I don't have to worry about trying to fight people in my own household every day about trying to explain about who I'm talking to or who I'm with. I don't have to deal with that. And I don't want nobody else to have to deal with that. Now, if you're one of those bigots that want to come on here and just talk about how you feel and you don't appreciate this, you don't appreciate that, nobody gives 2 fucks. I don't care. Nobody else cares. I'm not here to talk for you. I'm not here to talk to you. Literally, I'm here to talk to the people who are in the same situation, who need to hear a story, an uplifting story, to find out exactly that they can get out of the same situation that they're in. They can get out of whatever the fuck is going on that's keeping them down in the fucking trenches, and that's keeping them down and depressed. I was depressed as a fucking child. I'm so fucking self-confident now. I can do any fucking thing that I fucking want to, and everybody fucking knows it. I don't have time to be trying to prove myself and try to get people to like me. That's some shit that my parents used to have me fucking do. I can't do that. I can't live my life like that. I would never be happy. So I'm trying to look out for those who want to be happy in their true self. You don't know the reason why I love the Caitlyn Jenner story so much? Because it's not what people expected. If you expected it, this wouldn't be a fucking story. Okay, this reason why it's so beautiful is because the fact that the person that you can't expect. This is how. Just check out the hypocrites. Okay, all the hypocrites are coming out in 2015. Whether you Christian, claim like you Christian or not, they're all coming out in 2015. You gonna tell me that you was for him when he was a him. Now that he is a her, it's a problem. So y'all are trying to give her the explanation as to what she's supposed to do with the life before. Like all of a sudden that's null and void. Why? Because you mad because it was a man that had beat all the records, and then now all of a sudden he wants to be a woman? That's her prerogative. That ain't got shit to do with you. Okay? The beauty of it is she's damn look fucking good. Is that another reason y'all pissed off? Because you might be slightly attracted to her? Like it's not the first time you've been attracted to a transgender person. And I love transgender women and transgender men. More, and particularly more women, because I just love women so much. And they be bad. They're not bothering me. They're not bothering you. I see them as living their life. And all I can do is be happy for somebody that wants to be happy. If you fucking got a smile on your fucking face, I'm fucking happy for you. I ain't got no reason to hope that you live a miserable life. I don't have to live my life like that. Well, again, if you need some kind of something uplifting, inspirational, you can either watch this video or hit me up. I'm all about expressing myself and telling you exactly how the fuck I feel. All the shit that's going on right here in this damn world is not gonna be proven that we're the ones that needs to be fucking dismissed from the world. Because if gays weren't here, the murder is still gonna happen, the sex slaves are still gonna be here, the fucking prostitution is still gonna happen. You don't see none of this shit happen in the gay community. These motherfuckers, y'all the ones that's bringing this shit here. All this shit is still gonna happen. Wars are still going to happen. People are still not gonna like each other. Black people are still gonna be hated. Okay, women are still gonna be disrespected. Okay, all we can do is express our feelings. And that's all I can do. And expect you to do the same. Don't keep it shit to yourself. Speak up for the next person. Because everybody needs to hear it. Hell, I needed to hear this shit 10 years ago. But now that I did it, I'm passing on this message on to somebody else. And if it helps you to pass this to somebody else and pay it forward, then God bless you. Because God loves you just the way that you are. And God loves me as well. And I love him with all of my heart. I can't ask for a greater God, because God is all about love. I just don't understand how people can try to hate people and try to say that it's God. It's not God. That is the devil. And if we all know, the devil is a lie. Well, that's all for me for today. I think I done said enough. I done cried enough. I wasn't going to say I wasn't going to cry about this shit no more. I done did enough crying years ago, and I'm through with it. The moral of the story, there's really no moral of the story. It's be you. Be you and be happy and fuck everything else. Flat out. Peace.